In audio. 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 In audio.
Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to Saeed TV. This is America Talks. We're back. You know what I'm saying to you? Last week was a good show, man. And you guys enjoyed it, man. I'm back with the brothers. We got Michael Griggs out here. Apparently, New York's hot right now. They're complaining. You know what I'm saying to you, man? But how are you, man?
Barring the heat, which is absolutely killing me today, I'm doing good. Obviously, last week that was probably the funnest podcast I recorded. So obviously, trying to do it again this week. So yeah, hope everyone's good as well. Yeah,
Good man, good.
Absolutely,
It's-
man.
Like Michael
Yeah,
said,
buddy.
it's flaming hot outside. I just got in, bro. I'm freaking dying. Saeed, if you think the day you were here when we went to the Brooklyn Bridge was hot, you don't know what today is, bro. Today is absolutely unbearable, bro. But thank you for having me.
Yeah. Jeez, man. Madness. And we got man like Temmie in the building. Temmie, what you saying, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How y'all doing?
Perfect.
Yeah, man, we good, man. We good. We got some breaking news apparently. From Fabrizio Romano. Big up to everybody who's just watching right now. This is why we go live like twice a day now, man, because news is breaking any minute, and it's just broken right now, and it's to do with Onana. Apparently, Inter Milan have told Manchester United that 50 million bid is not enough to proceed and close Andre Onana deal. Inter rejected 45 million plus 5 million, but club remain locked in negotiations. Sources still remain on the same feeling. 55 million could be enough to get it done in the next days. I think Man United, this is just negotiation tactics. Michael, we should get this one over the line, man. Like the fact that it's positive and we found in a kind of middle ground for me, this is a good step, man. I'm willing to pay a little bit more, man. People talked about Mount. I wasn't willing to pay more on Mount, but Onana, keeper, something that will allow us to play that next level of football. You know what I mean? It's what we need, man.
yeah. I think the fact that we're gonna talk about the other guy soon that we're bidding for Hojlund means that we're pretty confident in Onana. We wouldn't be bidding for another player if we weren't confident in getting our priority target in Onana. So 5 mil that could be done by the weekend, honestly. Because I think our first preseason game is next Wednesday, right, against Leeds.
Yes,
So
yes.
I think
No, Arsenal.
that's in 2 weeks.
Is that in 2 weeks?
Now
Yeah.
we play Norway first. So
Yeah, I
Norway
think
Mm.
first. Yeah, Norway
think-
first.
you're
I think he's
thinking
gonna
of
want.
the summer game.
I think he's gonna want Onana in by the U.S. tour because I think Dean Henderson's not.
Oh, we lost you.
Your voice cut out, bro.
No, we lost you. Your voice cut out. Yeah. Are you on mute? You're not even on mute. That's crazy.
His mic acted up.
Yeah,
Yeah. You
it's
might
the
have to come in and out.
curse of De Gea.
Yeah, De Gea slander, man. That's what happens, man. We start to slander De Gea. You know what I mean? This is what happens, man. But tell me, what are you thinking, man? Is this more positive? I don't think this is a negative. I don't feel like I'm negative about it. It's just kind of like the negotiations, isn't it? It's what happens, and then we should be able to get this one, isn't it?
Yeah, no facts. Like I said last week, I think the decision was made a while ago that we're moving in for a new keeper. So this Onana news it doesn't surprise me in any way. I think the deal's going to get done in a week or two, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a huge upgrade. It's going to make us so much better as a
Mm.
footballing team. And yeah, no, I mean, the De Gea situation is weird the way it's ending up, but I feel like a lot of
Yeah,
these sometimes breakups are ugly. And let's just call it what it is.
that's
And
facts.
this is going to be an ugly breakup, and that's fine. We'll remember him for what he was, and then he'll move on, and we'll have a new keeper, and everyone will be happy. He'll get his money somewhere else, that's for sure. So,
Mm.
yeah, no, the news, Onana news isn't shocking. It's cool. It's very exciting for me. I'm like, okay, the transfer window is getting better. I think we were all
Yeah.
very nervous at first and very apprehensive because of the Mount deal, and then it just, I think it made us a little worried. But I think we're gonna have probably 4 to 5 signings this summer, and we'll end up. I feel like we'll be satisfied. I think we'll be satisfied.
Absolutely. Michael, can you hear us now? Can you speak?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah. Like, what do you think? Obviously, you know what I mean, in terms of that Onana did. The first one's been rejected, but you know, I mean, 55 million, get around there, and then we can close this deal done, can't we?
Yeah, I think also on Romano's like Instagram post, their backup target, Inter's priority target to replace Onana, Trubin, some guy from Shakhtar, he like posted the eyes emoji, so that deal is almost done, which means that they're really willing to negotiate
Okay.
for United. So 5 mil, like I said, 5 mil, it should be done by the weekend, to be honest.
Mm, absolutely. Stuffy, what you saying, man? Onana hype, man. What you saying?
That's my guy, bro. That's my guy. The sooner we get it in, the better. Finally some positive transfer news. Had to deal for a whole month with just talking about Mount. I was getting scared at some point. I was ready to open the toilet seat and Mount comes out of there. Too much Mount talk wasn't good for my health, bro. You know. But now that we're talking about Onana, I like where we're going with this. Like Michael said, 5 million is not really anything. You don't get this far, and you break it up over 5 million. It sounds like they'll meet somewhere in the middle. United might probably go up a million or two and just do something with the incentives, maybe. Where Inter's like, all right, I guess that's good enough, and they'll get the deal done. Um, to me, that's going to be signing of the summer, regardless if we get a striker or not, or if we get a big striker or not. To me, this is the most important signing, because we seen last year we have been able to win games without a striker or playing Veghorst, which is probably as good as not playing a striker at all. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's
But we have
crazy.
seen how bad we are when De Gea wasn't on it, or in
Mm,
games where he couldn't distribute well. So I think this transfer is more important than anything else, and it will transform us when it happens.
mhm. Now, Star-Lord here saying that Onana is a very risky signing, in my opinion. Tell me, any signing after De Gea is going to be risky because it's like it's a keeper. It's one position that you don't want to mess up. It's like almost
Yeah.
like a centre back as well. I think centre backs you don't want to mess up,
Mhm.
and possibly a striker. Midfielders, you've got a couple in there, so you can kind of find balance. Whereas
Yeah.
goalkeeper, you know what I mean, you don't want to take risks. But I think this is with everything, isn't it? There's risk involved with everything. But what are you saying in terms of this Onana being a risk?
Yeah, I personally don't think it's a risk. I think that the level is so much higher right now that it's going to be better. It's going to be better. He's going to make mistakes. He'll make like probably three mistakes in the season where you're thinking like, what the hell was that? But we're going to be so much better from a 90-minute perspective, playing better from across the whole 90. We're not going to be giving the ball away as much. It's going to be an upgrade. I don't think it's a risk. One, he's ridiculously confident. I mean, obviously some of the highlights we see are crazy. I don't think he's going to be doing that,
Mm,
to that level. You know what I'm saying? But he's going to be very confident, and he carries himself like he's a top keeper. And he is a top keeper. He's proven that. I think he's proven that at the highest level so far. He's proven it in the Champions League final, right? And even well before that. So yeah, I don't think it's a risk. I really don't think. I think 155 million for a keeper. He's probably one of
yeah.
at worst 7, 8 best keepers in the world right now. At worst, right? So I don't think that for 55 million is a risk. I think that it's a low risk, honestly. I genuinely do.
You know what makes it less of a risk? The manager already knows him.
Exactly.
So why would anyone think it's a risk? Listen, it's a risk that we're gonna get a new goalkeeper anyway. So by that logic, yeah, every goalkeeper
Every signing's a risk.
would be
Every
a risk.
signing's a risk.
Costa would be a risk. Raya would be a risk. Anyone else we would have signed would have been a risk. But the least risky one is the one that you already know, and the manager already knows him, which is why he really wants it.
Mm-hmm.
So that risk thing doesn't really make sense to me. I feel like this is the safest bet, if anything.
Yeah, I completely agree.
100%, man. We got my brother Omar in the building. Omar, what are you telling me? You good?
I'm good. What's good, boys?
What's good, bro?
Yeah, man. We're just talking about Onana. And there's some news here as well. In terms of Inter Milan, they're now going to go and get Jan Sommer. So this deal is looking like it's going to happen now, man. I think Jan Sommer has been targeted by Inter Milan. They've opened talks.
We wanted him last summer, right? We wanted Sommer last summer too, right? Or am I bugging?
No, we did.
Yeah, 100%.
We did.
Yeah.
That's a good backup signing for Milan too, and it's cheaper. Man,
He'll start for them. Onana's gonna be gone. They're planning for him to be the starter.
I mean, they need the money. That Champions League final blessed their soul. If you really deep it, it was really, you know what I'm saying. They was about to sell the club, so that Champions League final really blessed their soul. So I mean, they need the bread. So I feel like United actually done this deal pretty well, starting it off that low from 34 and then slowly bringing it up. Because if we started off at 55, we might probably been talking 70s. I think that's too much for him. But I think it's a good. I think regardless of situation, because I'm figuring you guys are thinking high risk or low risk, right?
Yeah, somebody said it was
a chat.
It's high risk. Yeah, they said they think it's high risk.
It's low risk. I think he got swag to him. You know what I'm saying? And being a Cameroon international, he give you that little, that African vibes. You know what I'm saying? And when he balls,
so yeah. We need that vibes, man. We need the vibes.
That's what I'm saying. We need to get lit up in there. That's what United needs. Like that's how we used to do back in the day. Get lit back in there. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he bring that, bro. Homie, let's be honest. Homie's a center back, a right back, a left back, left center back. He could do it all. He could literally do it all. So
you saw when he tried to fight Haaland in that final?
Yeah,
when he hit him or whatever. I like that. Yeah. I need that in this team. I'm sorry, bro. He's been too soft for years. Like this guy was never commanding in his box. Even bro, like in those little scuffles, like I need a reaction. I want someone to see my goalkeeper. But like, I don't want to F with him, bro. Like this guy's scaring me. Onana would scare me if I'm a striker. I'd be like, I don't want to F with him, bro. I'm not doing nothing in that box.
I'm happy with that. I can't wait. Every single second I'm refreshing.
It's mad, because it's one of them feelings where, you know what I mean, when you get like a new couch or when you get like a new TV, it hits in it, like, you know what I mean, it slaps because it's like something that you're gonna have for a while as well. So you need to keep it fresh, modern. So I feel like the keeper's gonna be crazy. It might be crazy at the start, but it's gonna be there in the long run, innit? And that's how
it's gonna be different in the beginning side. We're not used to it, but you know what? It's never okay to be just comfortable for the rest of your life.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So far, I'm loving what they're doing in the market. Like everyone might look at me crazy, but I'm loving it. It's just if we had this conversation before the transfer market started, I know none of us would agree with this was the players we're going for. Because they were talking.
I would have never thought so. Yeah, no.
Let me ask you a question though, because this question, it seems like if you be positive about it, if you're pro the regime, you're pro. I hear what you mean. Considering the circumstances, I think for me it's a respectable, kind of window. Would I say I go overboard and say what an amazing window? But I hear what you mean in terms of. But I think for me the key thing is though, Omar, is we get another midfielder as well. If we don't get another midfielder, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be a bit dissatisfied with the window because I feel like we need another midfielder. We
got to sell too, though. We got to get on our Chelsea game and sell too. We can't just get another midfielder.
That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. Selling players. I don't even.
Story, man.
We might have a bloated squad. Honestly, I think there's a chance that we don't sell off. I know there's FFP situations, but I think there's Fred news. I'm sure we'll talk about that. But like, we'll get one or two, first team players out, but I don't see us having like
No,
a
I think
Chelsea, the Chelsea exodus type of situation. I don't think that's happening.
but the difference is between us, we
No.
didn't spend 500 million in a season, so they have to. And if they were sitting in top 4, they probably wouldn't have sell that much. You get what I'm saying? Let's be honest. They finished 13th, 14th last season, right? 14th, 13th, around there. So they need the money because there's no UCL ball next season. So they had just dropped the bag, and so I mean, I think we should keep a couple players just for rotation. And as we see, that's what like bites us the most.
No, I agree.
You know, we definitely need to. But if a proper deals come in for certain players, you won't have to consider that. You get what I'm saying? And like Saeed said, you know, I'm really pushing for Amrabat. I hope Amrabat is really an option that they're focusing on.
I really hope so
By the way,
too.
did you see
That
that
would
guy,
make
by the
the.
way, man? Did you see that Fiorentina fan that came on the calling show today? I don't know if you guys seen it, man.
I saw the
He was
clip.
rattled, man. Yo, man, he was rattled, man. He was like, yo, man, you're not going to get Amrabat, man. You're not a big club and this and that. And if you give us Greenwood, we'll give you Amrabat. I was like, what is this guy's energy, man? Like, I thought he was going to choke. I was like, how on earth? Like, I don't know. You guys have got to let me know. Is there any if Fiorentina fans in America? Like, is there a lot of Fiorentina fans in America? I don't know, innit? Because I was
There
like,
is. I wouldn't say a lot, but there's
a couple. Yeah.
is there a
I
couple?
have not run into a Fiorentina fan. I can't lie.
Me neither.
I've ran into a couple.
Italian. In New York,
Yeah.
it's more Italian. So
Like I'll run into Newcastle fans. I've run into Sunderland fans. I've run into Leeds fans. I've never run into a Fiorentina.
I mean,
fan.
New York wise, like I said, we're
That's
There's a lot
true.
of Italians.
we
here.
There's a lot of
definitely
Italians.
dominant.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
you definitely
fair.
we got the Palermo. There's a lot of Palermo fans, and Palermo Serie C.
Okay.
Remember that? So
Okay.
yeah.
Damn.
They still dreaming of Mauri and Ting. You know what I'm saying? And-
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I think overall, if we could get this done quickly, you know what I mean, Michael, it's just a good window. But we have to talk about the other side of it, and that is David De Gea, man. I don't know what you guys are thinking here, but he's put this in right now, which is like a juggling emoji. It's almost like a juggling / circus. I mean, Michael, man. I mean, you're the biggest one out there that would go running to. I'm surprised you're not in the comments already here, man.
Yeah.
I don't know where you are, man.
You
You know you're not in the comments. But yeah, man. What did you think of it when you seen it, Michael? What did you think?
Honestly, I mean, first of all, the first tweet I saw in regards to that was someone saying he would drop the juggling anyway. That's the first thing I saw.
Oh,
I didn't tweet that though.
wow.
Wasn't me that said it.
That sounds like
Ah,
something you would say, though.
Wasn't me though. Wasn't me.
You
No,
would say
actually, you know what pissed me off the most was Romano quote tweeting that with his own emojis. You're meant to be the reporter. I need you to report what the tweet means, not more emojis.
Yeah.
No, I think with De Gea, it's just like they haven't had the face-to-face talks yet. I'm guessing because I think he's on his honeymoon, obviously, because he just got married. But I don't know. I mean, it's obviously the writing's on the wall, like we said before. He's gonna go. Obviously, he probably feels a little hard done by because of his status in the club, a decade, and he didn't really get a goodbye in a sense. But I think Mark Ogden said it in a clip I saw. He's not the first United legend, whatever, player that's been here to get not get a goodbye. Rio Ferdinand didn't get a goodbye. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't get a goodbye the first time when he left for Real Madrid, and those are bigger legends at the club.
That was different, though. We didn't know he was leaving. He forced the move.
Yeah, I get it, but it's just not everyone gets a goodbye. It's like obviously every player wants a goodbye because when you serve at a club for a decade, you have that emotion and attachment to the club. But it's not the first one.
De Gea was given a contract that he didn't accept. So if he would have
He
said, "I'm not leaving,"
No,
But
he
he did.
He did accept, and then they took it back.
And the club took it back.
They took it back. Yeah, they took it
for
back. Man.
real.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what I was.
man,
Remember, that's
bro.
what I was saying last week. That's why I said the writing's on the wall because you're not offering somebody a contract. He accepts the contract, and then you take it back.
Eddie.
That's you telling him fuck off. That's literally what you're telling him. Like, bro, we don't rock with you like that anymore.
Yo, no, that's wacky. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow,
exactly.
I'm
So that's-
sleeping. I'm really sleeping. I
so it's like-
apologize, boys.
Yeah, when you do
you
something
missed
like that, you're
But,
telling.
but
I mean,
like I said, he accepted the contract after the season.
yes,
No, during the
Oh,
season.
okay.
That was
No,
during
it's
the
still-
during the
it was
season.
during-
excuse
it was during the
It's still
season.
difficult to get that.
It was
game
during
back.
the season, and then Ten Hag basically said, "Hold on that contract. I need to reevaluate what I want to do with him because it was due to his performances at the end of the season, the West Ham game, the Sevilla game, the Man City final, all that stuff.
So they offered him basically a contract to be the backup and sell Dean Henderson.
They reduced it to
basically
200K, but then they were like, "Hold on, we're gonna reduce it
Ten
again."
Hag vetoed it.
But he has to go
Ten
get
Hag
married
vetoed
now. So he went
Yeah,
on his
yeah.
wedding,
But
and
Ten
they
Hag
told him
vetoed
when you
it.
come back, we'll
Yeah.
talk about it again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
basically.
Wow.
But
Oh,
here's what I think.
it's got to be Jersey Shore up in there, man. It's gotta be
Yo,
Jersey-
man, I'm telling you, man, it's
bro.
a
Reality
star
TV
episode,
shit.
man.
Whoa, we
Show
gonna have a
Jersey
fun
Shore,
summer.
man. I'm telling you.
Shit,
Yeah,
it's
man.
crazy.
But here's this, yo. I think there's two sides of it, yeah. David De Gea, for me, has been disrespected. But these cryptic tweets here, when there's
It
people
pisses
like
me off.
Michael's army ready to kind of slander him and kind of like destroy him, man. I was like, bro, man, you know when you know what I mean, your friend, yeah, has been with this girl, in it, and this girl disrespects him so many times, yeah, but he ends up going back every time. You're kind of like, bro, man, don't do that, man. Don't disrespect yourself. I feel like that's the situation with David De Gea. Why are you coming out and putting all these cryptic tweets when they're coming for you? They're saying, yo, he's a bitch and he's this and he's that and he's, you know what I mean? Like, come on, like that's what they're saying, bro. That's what they're saying to David De
That
Gea
is
now.
what they're saying.
And for
Man's put the
me,
struggle. Man's put
I
the
don't think he
struggle.
deserves that, but he's doing it to himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like one of those side, like you're saying. It's like they're taking, when you take your personal beef to like social media and just like start sending like mixed signals. You don't need to do that. Hey, we
Yeah.
understand what's going on, but don't do that because, like as you said, Michael's sitting there, him and his army, they're lurking and they're waiting for anything for the head to do, so they can just hop on it and just like tear him a new one.
For
But
real,
I don't
man.
want to wake up to no more cryptic messages from this guy, no more emojis. Just I don't even want him in the club anymore. To be honest, I don't like the way he's been treated. But it's time to part ways, bro. Let's get another backup.
Yeah.
The Dutch guy from Feyenoord, I believe. I don't even know how to say his name.
Now we have a new backup option. Some guy from Japan apparently. We're
A
signing some
Japanese
like,
goalkeeper.
Ghanaian Japanese guy. He's half
I like
Ghanaian
that.
for like 5 mil.
Just go
Oh,
for the randoms.
we
Go
getting the
back to
African
oldies.
brothers,
Go
and we
back to
getting
the
the
randoms.
African vibe then. Okay.
Bring
Okay,
back the
okay.
African Japanese is
I'm with
crazy.
it. I'm with it. I'm here
Bring
for
back
it.
the babies. Bring back the babies. Just
Okay,
go for the random
okay.
signings and see if it hits or not for cheap, and then that's what we were good at.
Yeah. SBK said De Gea deserves to choose which club he wants to join. He has carried United for years and saved us more time than enough. He might not be the player he was, but then here, Schmeichel, Eddie says here, Schmeichel and Van der Sar, the only goalkeeper legends at the club. That's what I'm saying. It's got to the point now where like people, it's gone that bad, yeah, for David De Gea that people don't see him in that kind of way anymore. And honestly, the man have seen him like a normal keeper, like Barthez and that. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're trying to
That's all
say
we
now,
got.
man.
I'm not gonna front. We just that's United fans though. We get ungrateful. Let's be honest with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'll pass. That'll pass.
It's
I think
word,
over
man.
time heals all wounds. Like
He's a-
all that'll
he's-
pass.
He
He's a
just
That'll
got
club
done.
legend
He
too.
was he was in
He's
the
a
wrong
legend.
place. David De Gea was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Wrong time, exactly.
That's literally what it is.
Bro,
So
You're
mo-
glad-
most
that's what I'm
most United
saying,
players, most United players that come here were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Pogba, wrong place, wrong time. Di Maria, wrong place, wrong time. It's just
You see, the thing is, Temmie, I feel like these players came for a check, though. That's me personally. They ain't came to ball. Like, imagine you
know
had the
about
Di
that.
Maria mentality.
wow.
I disagree with that, bro. I
Nah,
really
Di Maria came for a check. Let's not.
let me. Okay,
Cavani,
I want
Alexis.
to
Like, you see
challenge
what they
that.
all say when they leave the club. Like,
I don't think Pogba came for a check because Pogba said himself he had unfinished business.
Like he came back to.
He had unfinished business at United. But Di Maria, bro, he got forced. Di Maria got forced out of Madrid, and his other option was Spurs.
Exactly.
So he was either between Spurs or United.
Listen,
obviously
I
gonna
hear what you're saying. I hear what
What?
you're saying, but at the end of the day, I truly believe if you get to the level that Di Maria has gotten to in his career, when you get on that football pitch, you're trying to be the best player on the pitch. I don't believe. Obviously, money is a factor, and I think money is a factor for all of these players. All of them try to make the most money possible, right? But like his house got robbed, he never got settled. Like that stuff matters. That stuff like
He didn't like
impacts the way
playing
you play.
under Louis Van Gaal anyways.
Yeah, and he didn't like, and you don't like the manager,
Which
like,
is why he left. He left
listen,
because he didn't like his
I'm not saying I'm not a Di Maria fan. It's more of like the notion that all of these players are coming for checks. I just don't agree with that. I really don't. But he flopped, and it is what it is.
Di Maria
He
flopped.
flopped. He
Di Maria
flopped.
flopped.
Absolutely.
He flopped.
Let's talk about Cavani.
That's not. Yeah. Let me just get the super chat.
That's not coming for a check, bro. He was doing physical therapy with us, bro. Come on, bro.
Let me not get started on that guy, bro.
PT, bro. Like, what we
Cavani
doing?
should have banged, man. Cavani was only 31 when he came, man. Man was playing like he was 36, man. It's crazy, man.
That's what I'm
Ronald
saying.
Jacobs says here, Romano confirmed that Inter have contacted Summer, so Onana is confirmed 10 years of service and few flaws remembered. Personal choice of every so-called professional United fan. People take made-up jobs seriously, lol. yeah, listen, man, people have got their own opinions, and it is what it is, people, man. We just have to just be respectful, and everyone each to their own, innit? But for me, yo, this idea that Di Maria, like, I see the comp going online, everyone saying, "Oh, United failed him." Listen, when I was at Old Trafford, and he wasn't bothered. Okay, he got robbed. He didn't like the manager, but there was some games where he didn't want to be bothered, man.
No, facts.
Couldn't be
Facts.
asked.
Facts.
And he
Facts.
ran to PSG. He ran me. And then when he came in, yeah, my man drank that what was it, the liquor.
Oh yeah, that was
stadium, man.
Yeah.
that was crazy. That was disrespectful. I
Yeah,
remember that.
man.
Actually,
I
Young
remember
hit
that.
checked the shit out of him.
Yeah,
I
he fucked
remember
him
that.
up for us.
Yeah,
My
I
favorite
remember
moment.
that.
I think
Yeah.
with I think with Di Maria, it's the fact that people wanted it to make it work with him because he's arguably, in terms of talent, he's probably one of the biggest talents to join United because he's one of the all timers. This guy, like, he's one of the clutchest
Yeah.
players of all time. So people are
Yeah.
more upset that weren't able to make it work with him. Obviously, like especially that first half of the season, he was cold. He had like 10 assists by like Boxing Day, which is nuts to think about. That chip against Leicester. So like it's not like he was a flop the whole season. We also saw the ability that he actually had, which makes it even
Yeah.
more painful that it didn't work out.
For
Well,
real.
Maybe if he had a different manager, that name wasn't LVG, maybe it would have worked out
Yeah.
because LVG had him doing touchline duty.
Bro,
So,
we had
like-
serious attacking talent that season. I'm gonna be very honest with you. That season, I was never more excited to watch United.
That was our best. That was like our best
No,
transfer
man.
window too, like in a decade.
Bro, we had
Was it really
Louis,
though? Was it
Van
really though?
Persie,
No, hold
Falcao,
on,
and Di
hold on.
Maria.
Was it
Nah,
really though?
back then, like in terms of like the names that we saw, like we were
We were
gassed.
kids. We were kids.
Yeah,
So we
obviously.
just
No,
get-
if you think about other transfer windows we had in the last decade, it's that one, 16, 17, where when Pogba
We
and
still had
Ibra
like
came.
6 players that
No,
transfer
that was. I
window.
personally think that was the worst transfer window.
Let me get that window.
No, because
What
we also
window was
had
it?
Blind, Shaw, and
Signed Herrera.
come in.
Yeah.
Schweinsteiger.
All 6 of
Watch
them
out,
came.
Nah, Schweinsteiger was the year after.
Schweinsteiger was the year after. He
15,
No, okay,
16,
we're talking-
15,
about
16 was a nasty one. I think that was a Schneiderlin, Schweinsteiger, and someone else.
We signed him on the same
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a nasty
wow.
window.
Shaw,
That was a nasty
Schneider,
window.
Shall I show you the players? Shall I show you the players that we had in that window? It's
Yeah.
2014-15 season, I think it was. This was the team. So you had David De Gea, Victor Valdez was in the team, man.
That guy was so bad.
Lindegaard.
Oh my god.
Look at
Amos,
Sam
Sam
Johnston. Yo,
Johnston.
big up Sam Johnston, bro. Son. That
Oh, we
boy-
signed Rojo
Yeah,
that summer
man.
too. We signed Rojo that summer
Rojo,
too.
That was
yeah,
after the World
Rojo.
Cup. Memphis Depay too that summer, right?
Nah, that was the summer
Yeah.
after.
No,
Something
some
after?
before.
I thought
Michael
that was
Keane we still
2015.
had. Luke Shaw, Daily Blind. At a time, we only bought him at 25.
I
man.
love
Crazy.
Daily Blind, man. I love Daily Blind.
He was a man. He was
We
a
had-
man.
Raphael, Valencia, Ashley Young,
It say
Yanko.
Reece James
He was
over
meant
there?
to be good, you know.
It
Hey?
say Reece James. Not we got the wrong Reece James, man.
Bro, I don't even know. Michael Carrick, Ander Herrera, Fellaini, Cleverly, Anderson, Fletcher, Juan Mata, Kagawa. Bro, Kagawa should have been it, man.
He
Crazy.
was nice.
This Nick Powell as well. You know, this Nick Powell is meant to be
Yeah,
the
he's a
fitness
free
boy, you
agent
know.
right now too. That's crazy.
Free agent, man.
I never
hype
believed
behind
that
him,
bro.
hype. Never believed that hype.
10-10. I thought he was
Herrera.
gonna be nasty.
Nani. Bro, we had Zaha
Zaha.
still at the club. Bro, we had talent, you know. Di Maria, Yanazai, still at 20 years old. Wayne
There's
Rooney,
always- we always
Radamel
had talent.
Falcao.
We've always had talent.
Yo,
Bro.
Van
No, I ain't
Persie,
gonna hold you.
Adam
I ain't gonna
Welbeck.
hold you. That's a dead squad.
Chicharito.
I
Wilson
mean, in
was
hindsight,
over there then.
it
It
is.
just sound good on paper. That shit dead, bro. Delete.
Nah, but if you look at the talent, though, in terms
Yeah,
of
the,
talent,
the
that's what I'm trying to
individual
say.
talents are
Talent-
individual
individuals,
talents
yeah.
are good.
The individual talent could be, but like if you really deep it, look at the squad now. Who's really up out of this whole? The most we could probably talk about right now is probably
Di Maria,
Di
Zaha,
Maria,
still Zaha's well respected. Who else was in that squad? There's some players in there. Was Smalling,
Zaha and Di Maria. That's it. Di
Smalling
Maria
still
post World
Smalling
Cup.
still playing at a good level?
Bro, Conference League final.
Yeah.
He's still balling, but Conference League.
No,
final.
he's playing at a good level.
And then the
Playing at a
next
good
season
level.
after that, we bought Schweinsteiger, Schneiderlin, and someone else. I think
And the
we bought.
pie. And the pie. That was
Depay.
it.
And Depay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was weak.
But we
I
never
love
bought a centre back in that era. We never bought centre back. We never bought centre back in that time.
And
That
then we
was the
blamed De
problem.
Gea. And then we blamed De Gea.
And then we blamed De Gea, exactly. And De Gea had his best season ever that season for me. I think that 15,
It's a hard
16
part, man.
season was probably De Gea's best season.
Yeah. both
Crazy.
Yeah,
of
because
these
he was
guys-
trying to replay for that Madrid move. That's why. That was the
Bro,
summer that
come
his
on, man.
that was the summer the fax machine broke.
The summer
And then-
after. The summer after.
Yeah,
15, 16,
that
and
was
then-
a demon. That he had a demon season that season, man. But guys, there's over 500 in the building, man. Make sure you're liking the video, people. Hit the like button right now. Make sure you're following everyone's channels. The links will be in the description. But we've got to talk about Hojlund, man. Hojlund is about to maybe join Manchester United. Some big news came from the Telegraph, which are very, very kind of reliable. Man United to bid Atlanta and Denmark striker Rasmus Hojlund. We're looking at about 50 million though, first bid. I hope, like I said to you, this don't go to a crazy kind
I
of
like
bidding
it,
war. 'Cause
bro.
I think
I
this could
like
be the
it.
longest one out of the whole lot.
I like it.
I think genuinely
Yeah.
this could take the longest because they know he has one more season of scoring 15 to 20 goals. If he scores 20 goals next season, yeah, in all competitions, give you any money, he's gone from 80 to
Sign
let's
went
say
up.
90 million.
Yep,
He
sign
got
went
up
up.
straight, bro. I know it already. So that's why for me, they're gonna take their time to get at least 70. I reckon they want at least 60 to 70. But I don't know, Michael, you hit us up first, man. What are you saying, Hoyland?
I mean, I'll take him. In terms of like the deal, I would if we've done business with Atalanta once before, which was Ahmad, and what we did in that deal was we put a lot of add-ons in. I would try to do something similar with Hoyland. Put a lot of incentives in, make most of them like kind of easy to achieve, and then a couple hard ones, and try to negotiate with them that way. Because Italian clubs, they're broke. Every single one of them is broke. They need the money, and
Yo, trust me.
Atalanta aren't. I don't think they're even in Europe this upcoming season. If they are, they're in Conference League or something like that. So they're not like some.
Oh yeah, that's true,
They need money, and
Yeah,
this
that's
is
true.
it's him and Scalvini, their center back. Those are their two prized assets right now. I think they want over 50 for the center back.
They're in Europa League. They finished 5th.
Oh, they're in the Europa League. Fair enough. They might have some money there,
Uh,
but I would try to. I would.
get music. Is he ready though? Is he ready? Like, would you want to spend that money?
I don't think
on a
he's
player?
ready. I don't think he's ready to like lead the line, like start every week in and week out for Man United. I think you're going to see a lot of games where Rashford. You're going to see him in 50-50 with Rashford playing up top. I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But he's going to play a lot of games in the cup. I think he'll be a lot, and I think he's the kind of player that he might struggle at first, but if he might have a stretch where he like scores 5 goals in 5 games, especially with the chances that we create, especially with someone like Bruno Fernandes, who Bruno sees an attacker like that because Hojlund is quick and we're a counter-attacking team still. We're not like some top tiki-taka team yet. And in transition, Hojlund he's a beast. I've seen that guy in transition, the way he runs, and he also loves to play kind of in the right flank, that right zone, which is probably a good thing for him because we've been usually a left-sided team. Martial always like to drift off to the left. Rashford's always on the left, so it'll add a little extra balance. I think he's the type of player that he might be a little slow at first, but I think by middle of the season, you're gonna start seeing him improve. And he's a fox in the box. He's gonna score goals that we haven't seen in a minute. Like we haven't seen maybe since like Lukaku a little bit. Like a striker that gets his nose in front of goal and just like scraps for that goal. He's gonna like do maybe like a diving header like Cavani did that one time against Southampton. You're gonna start seeing those type of goals. You're not gonna see him score like Martial type goals. It's gonna be that Cavani-esque with his movement.
Cavani, yes, yeah, but that's why for me though, Bruno Fernandes might play that deeper role then. That's why maybe the system might allow Bruno to play that a little bit more deeper and then find them the runs of Hojlund. So it might work, but again, you know what I mean. Bruno with ball retention and just in general, I feel like it can be frustrating. So I don't know, man. What are you saying, Temi, man? Are you excited by this signing? He's one of them where he could light up the world, you know. Like we could have a guy who lights up the world. Like imagine that, like, yo, you know about Hojlund? You know about Hojlund? You know?
Yeah, I'm not as excited as you are, or I don't know. I'm not sold yet. One, I think again, if we can't get a top level striker, I genuinely would invest that money in an Amrabat, no joke. Just because I think that for stability purposes, you said what?
Where's the goals coming from?
I still think that it's a great question. For me, I want a top level striker. I don't think we're going to win the league this season. I would fill the more necessary holes in terms of if let's say Martial's fit, right? Let's say Rashford is fit. Does he get in ahead of them? I don't think so. I really don't. I know there's an investment in the player, but what is he, 20 years old? I don't think Ten Hag is going to rush it, right? I don't think he's going to be a week in, week out starter for us. So I think we need week in, week out starters. So for me personally, he's a good player. Yes, I think he can become a top player. I don't think it's a guarantee by any stretch, but I would be happy because he would be a value add to our. There's no question he makes our squad better. I'll take any signing that makes our squad better at the end of the day. But I would invest the money elsewhere. That 50 million pounds could go to another midfielder for me.
Hey,
Nah, that's
Okay,
wild.
okay.
That's wild. That's wild. We need a
The
striker.
thing is, we need goals, man.
We need a striker.
That's
Yeah,
the
We
thing.
do
We're
need
not
goals.
gonna-
I agree.
Also,
I agree, and we're
in-
gonna. I agree. I
What are you
completely
getting
agree.
for 50 though? What else are you getting for 50?
you're not getting a top quality striker.
Exactly.
You're not,
No.
Yeah,
it's.
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, also in terms of Amrabat, I think Amrabat that his deal is completely separate to Hojlund. Amrabat will get bought if McTominay or Fred get sold, and I think Fred's the more likely
Yeah.
to get sold. The moment Fred gets sold,
Yeah.
Man United will push in for Amrabat because I think Fred will get sold for about 20 mil. Amrabat's about 25, 30, so that fee will cover most of it. McTominay, he got West Ham. It was reported today that West Ham were interested in Scott McTominay. They just got 105 mil
Hope so, man.
for Declan Rice. So they might start coming in for our players now. I'm praying 30, 40 mil. That's all West Ham got to come in. That's only like, 35% of what they got for Declan Rice. Bro, Suchek, McTominay, Midfield, let them rock over there. So,
Yeah. Listen, I know we need a striker, but I'm just dreaming about Harry Kane, man. Like if we could get if we put all if you said, hey, we'll put all in our let's say we sign Onana and then we just get Kane, I'd be ecstatic, no joke. If we
That's
sign
100 mil. That's 100 mil for someone that's free in 6 months.
it's worth it. I'm sorry. It's worth it. It's worth it. I'm telling
See,
you. it's
for
worth
that
it.
one, you're gonna have to
It's
wait
worth
until the
it.
end of summer. Though.
It's worth it.
That's
It's
the
worth it.
only way we can get that one done. If we wait
It's
till the
worth
end
it.
of the
Yeah,
summer
wait,
and we
you
get
wait.
Qatar,
Exactly.
we'll get him. But that's what I'm
Bro,
saying. I would still go
It's
ahead
hurting
and get
me, man. It's
Hojlund.
Qatar, man.
Yeah, I would
worth
still
it.
go ahead and get Hojlund. And at the end of the summer, because I thought something, once the Qataris come in,
that's a good shout.
they're doing an impact signing right away. Anyways, they're gonna be like, we're here we go. We sign a big player, and that big player could be Harry Kane. But just to
Okay.
cover for yourself, you still need to go and get a striker. Now, what's the best thing out there available? To be honest, there's nothing out there better than Hojlund, and he's one player that the manager will improve because he's young and upcoming, and our manager is supposed to be known for improving players, and he did improve players last season. So I would get a player like that where we can work on, and at the same time, if we can get someone who's a finished article, and then if he comes in, Hojlund will learn off him for the next couple years and then take over, then that's perfect. Makes everyone happy.
HK Music says, I'm sorry, but we shouldn't be naive. Hojlund isn't better than Rashford or Martial up front. Guy will need another 2 or 3 seasons. We need to buy 2 strikers. Really, I think
what's
for
this
me,
Martial gas, man? This is
No,
ridiculous.
this is
He's
what
a
I'm about
better
to
scorer
say.
than
Can I give
Martial's still
my
around,
take?
man. Like, it's,
Can I give my take on Hojlund?
go for it, bro. Go for it.
I personally believe he is perfect for what the project we're going with. You know what I'm saying? He's dynamic up top. Let's look at. I don't know if you've seen him play. He's techie, bro. He's really techie. Like he's good with the ball. He opens up space. He's fast. He's pacey. He's physical. So I feel like if we don't get him now, like you said, price is going to jump up. And
Facts.
I don't say we bite the 50 million, but this is going to be. It gives me another situation close to Julian Alvarez when we had him offered for 25 million, and look what happened when we slipped that up. It's one of those players you're going to have to take the risk on. He's either going to come big, and if he does come big, we're up. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to bring the best out your wingers because he could play. When you watch him play, he free roams that up top. He just doesn't. He's not a poacher 9. You know what I mean? He comes off the wings. He comes off of this. So I feel like he'll bring the best out of Anthony. He'll maybe bring out the best out of Sancho, Rashford. He's going to create that dynamic up top duo. So I feel like Harry Kane, I just feel like it's not realistic. He not flirting with us back. We know what we want. And then I feel like if the player got
He
to
ain't
want,
flirting with us.
he ain't flirting with us, bro. He just
He's
told
not.
us,
He's
I want
not.
the Bayern move, you know? So like we don't want players that are not gonna come and play. We want to that's why I want the Amrabat signing. You feel like when I've seen him in the final in the conference league, he was literally the best one on the field. He dying for the ball. Same thing. And let's not forget the tackle he did in Mbappe in the semifinal. So we just need that energy that we're here to represent the shirt. Like I need a
Facts.
I'm not saying Harry Kane not doing that. You know what I mean? But let's be honest, Hojlund is way better than Martial. If he could give you a 10-game run strike, he's better than Martial. Bro,
We'll see about that. We'll see.
Because I need to back
I don't agree
Martial.
with
Bro,
that.
I love Anthony, but
I don't
Ollie
agree with
Watkins
that.
better.
Off of what? Based off of what?
Wait. We can't be saying that.
I agree with that. Ali Watkins is 100% better than Anthony Martial in 2023. Bro, when's the last time Martial had a run?
This is the thing with football fans. We just look at, oh my God, look at that Meg. Oh my God, remember that game he had against Watford?
Based on what, though? Based on what?
Remember, there's a stretch in the middle of the season where Ollie Watkins scored like 8 goals in 8 games. When is the last time Anthony Martial did that for Man
It's a
United?
purple patch, though, man. That's a
Bro,
purple
Ollie
patch.
Watkins been better than him.
Bro, that's
Bro.
the only purple patch he's
He's
ever
in
had.
better. Yes,
Martial hasn't done that in like 4 years,
he's
though.
in yes. He's in
though.
better. He's in
Yes,
better.
okay, we
He's
can
had
talk
better
about
form.
him
He's not a
being
better
unfit.
player. He's not
Yeah,
a
he's-
better
he's
player.
Yeah,
not
but
a better
yo,
player at all.
Martial is unfit though.
Yeah. Good
Oh, we
thing you're
lost
my
him.
Yeah,
cutoff.
Yeah, you see what happened? That's
Yeah,
what,
yeah,
that's what
Mike-
happens when he
Mike
talks
got-
that.
See, every time he
that
talks that
nonsense.
nonsense, his mic goes
his
off.
mic- his
Like,
mic
yo,
goes off.
we're not lying. Y'all just,
No.
this is it.
You're
This
not
is
lying.
Martial
You're
is-
just
Martial is-
absolutely wrong.
I
There's
promise
no
you,
way, bro.
Martial is better than Ali
Bro,
Watkins.
because he
What are
gives
we
you a couple
talking about? What are we
nutmegs
talking
and rolls the
about?
ball over. He don't make you better, bro.
Stop.
Yeah, he gives
Oh
you a
my
couple.
Okay.
gosh.
Let's go.
You know what it is though? Let me ask you a question though. I think availability is the best ability, right? We can all agree, yeah. But
Exactly.
are you
He's
using that
never
argument?
available.
That's what I'm saying. So you're using
a
that
different
argument
discussion.
against Martial.
Not
whereas if you
even.
took-
Not even. When you watch
go on,
Ollie
go on.
Watkins, you don't be like, "Wow, this boy a baller."
No.
Bro, you for real?
Alright,
Yeah,
See,
Ali
bro,
Watkins
you
is
know
nice.
what
He's
I
nice.
Oh,
He's
bro.
nice. He's cool. He's nice.
He's more.
He's not better than Anthony
The only
Martial.
time-
He's more of a threat, bro. Who's more of a goal scoring threat? Who's more of a goal scoring threat in
Martial was
2023?
nice. It was the first season he came. It was the first season he came.
I don't know why I'm defending Martial, but I just think for me that's a bit too far. In terms of talent, for me, Martial is a better player. But if
Yeah.
you're looking at it right now, Ollie Watkins
Skill
is
move.
doing more.
In
He's
terms
doing
of
more than
skill move.
Martial.
In terms of skill,
Yeah, he's just fit. He's just fit.
Only thing Martial has better than him is the first touch. His first touch is better,
and skill move.
and then he could do a couple.
just
Yeah, he could do
fit.
maybe a couple
He's
ball
just
rolls and
fit.
stuff like that.
That's what I'm
just-
saying. That's what I'm saying. That don't do nothing for us anymore.
He's not a better player. He's not a better player. He's just
He's not
fit.
a better player. Yeah, you can argue.
He's a more
that he got-
effective.
he-
He's a more effective player, and that's what. And that's
Okay,
what
he's
I
been
want
more
right now.
effective.
Yes,
I
yeah,
want
it-
you're right.
but
He's
I
been more
want it-
effective
yo.
as he plays.
Bro,
Listen,
in
he's been more
2023,
effective to his team, bro.
Sancho.
bro. What happened?
Yeah, who's better,
Jadon
Sancho or Ali
Sancho.
Watkins? Who's
No,
better?
Sancho.
Who's better,
No, no,
Jadon
no.
Sancho or Ali Watkins?
No. I'm gonna go a different
That's
route.
not-
I'm gonna go a different route. Oh man, when you look at Jadon Sancho, yeah, do you rate him by the way? Do you rate him at a level
I love
or?
Jadon. I love Jadon, and I
Oh,
can't.
okay.
I can't be mad at him because we decided to get 4 new coaches in 1 year. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, let's do what we do.
Yeah.
It's,
But what you said there, though, there's a guy who could come on here right now. He said, "Yo, Jared Bowen is better than Sancho." That's what
I
someone
agree.
could say.
I agree.
Facts.
No, but that's what I'm saying to you.
Oh, yeah. Is Harvey
just-
Barnes better than Jadon Sancho?
Oh, I love Hardy Barnes. That's the
I love Harvey
is.
Barnes, but is he better than Jadon
Sancho?
Sancho?
He is
He's better.
He's not.
Jaden,
He's
yo,
not.
Harvey Barnes is
He's
so
not.
slept on.
for a Premier League. Yo,
Harvey
yo,
Barnes is
in
a
the
great.
wrong person.
in the
I'm wrong
prem
person.
for the Premier League only, Harvey Barnes is a better winger than Jadon Sancho because
Bro, what has we taken
Nah,
away
man.
credit?
He's
Bro, come on.
not.
First-
He's not. He's not.
Is,
Now,
yo,
don't bring
he's
him back,
not.
Saeed. Don't bring
Harvey
him back.
Barnes
to
is
this
not a
nonsense.
better player than Jadon Sancho. Stop it. Stop
No
it.
world.
Oh my goodness.
You see what?
Bro,
What
this
are
is
we
getting
saying?
crazy, man.
You
We
see
need to
how
chill
what
out,
Harvey
guys.
Barnes
We need to
has
Should
chill
I
out.
say something? Say, our
Yeah,
main
go on.
criticism for Sancho is that he's underperforming. If you think he's underperforming, it means you rate.
that's
him
not my
higher
only
than
that's not
he
my
is.
only criticism of him, by the way. That's not my only.
No,
that's
he
not
is
my only criticism.
underperforming. That's the one thing we
Stop,
can
let's
say.
be honest. What does he? If you had Harvey Barnes in that left, you're gonna get more. You're gonna get more.
Saeed, you go to games.
gonna
What,
get more.
yo, you watch Jadon Sancho. He doesn't offer that much.
Y'all
He's
don't
not
watch
threatening.
Harvey? Y'all don't watch
No, no,
Harvey
no.
Barnes for real?
No, I like Harvey
It's such
Barnes.
a-
by the
it's
way.
I think he's cool.
I like Harvey Barnes. I like
He's the
Harvey Barnes.
unsung
This is
hero.
not-
I said it on my
Yo.
podcast. You seen it? I showed you.
Harvey-
I showed you. He's the unsung hero of the Premier League. He's the
Harvey
most
Barnes.
unsung
Harvey Barnes is a very good player, and it's
But
just
he's not
different. It's just
essential, and I
different
actually like him.
circumstances. It's just
Yeah.
different
The Premier
circumstances.
League.
Like
It's the
like-
Premier League.
like Omar, like Omar
But
just
they was
said.
getting
Sancho
relegated and he still balled.
Sancho came in literally in the worst season in Premier League history for us. Let that sink in. That was our worst season in Premier League
So
history.
did Bruno. So did Bruno.
Yeah. No, he didn't.
Bruno came
came
3
in at
years
a terrible
before.
time.
He didn't. He didn't.
No,
It
no,
wasn't-
but what Timmy is that's actually factual.
It's a
Last
fact-
season was our factually that was our worst season in Premier League history.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
and then on top of that,
yeah.
he comes back the next season. Some personal things happen. Like Jadon Sancho has played at a much higher level than Harvey Barnes. Let's just get that out of the way. We've seen Jadon Sancho play.
All right, that was in
big
the
games
yo. That's
big
in the
games in
past
the
though. We're talking
Champions
about
League
right
against-
now.
No.
Yeah,
You didn't
he's a
say right now.
player.
You're rating him as a player in
As a
general.
player in
Harvey Barnes
general.
is not going to Bundesliga and he's lining it up like Sancho did. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't
he's
care
not.
what you say.
I promise you,
let
he
me tell
would.
you-
I promise you, he actually would do that. But yeah.
He wouldn't.
Well,
But you know what's
Hudson-Odoi
crazy?
doing
You know what's
it.
damning,
Hudson-Odoi
guys?
doing
Man,
it.
man,
I'll watch him in the
You know what's
championship
damning?
next season.
You know what's damning though? The fact that Jadon Sancho, and if he's watching this right now, yeah, like I don't know, man. If there's some of the man, because a lot of people they watch these football podcasts here, the fact that these man are putting them associated with with Barnes
He
and
should
these
be
guys,
offended. He
bro.
should be
You got
acting like
offended.
Barnes is bad.
next season.
No, he's not bad.
He's not
Oh, we
bad.
acting like
He's not
Jadon
bad.
Sancho,
Bro.
bro. Yo, we're
He's a
acting like it's
very good
2020. Yo, we're
Bro,
acting like
listen,
it's
listen here.
2020.
in no case is Barnes ever gonna have a season to a point that people are gonna say, "Oh, he's for sale for 90 million next season." It's
Yeah,
never
come
gonna
on,
happen.
Sancho, man.
Sancho was
And
for sale
he's
for
English.
90
You can't
million.
He's
erase
English.
that. You can't erase
Well,
that.
all right,
So
I have a
if
question.
he signs to Tottenham, if he
This
signs
is
to
so
Tottenham
bad,
and he has
yo,
a great
Sancho,
season this
man.
season,
Bro,
he signs to Tottenham.
him and Madison were rather that like 40, 50 million combined. Like, come on, bro. Like, yeah, I get it. He's a good player and Sancho's been shit. But like, let's not be like too recency biased, bro. Like, we can't
whose
do
market
this.
value
Yeah,
costs more? Right
facts,
now?
exactly.
Whose market value is what?
Can you fact
Probably
check that? Who costs
Sancho's.
more? Who
Probably
costs more on
Sancho's.
transfer market?
Probably Sancho.
Sancho, I think would still be.
Yo,
Sancho.
if you ask me to bid 40 mil on a player on each of them right now, I'm picking Harvey Barnes. If you ask me to pay 40
Michael,
mil for
you're a
Yeah,
special
yeah,
case.
yeah,
then.
yeah.
I don't know.
I would
40
disagree
million.
with you. I
Bro,
would disagree.
it's the thing with Jadon Sancho, bro.
Michael,
Yo,
you're using your
if you-
agenda against Sancho.
I'm
now.
not
You're
using an agenda. Yo,
Yeah, you are.
if I'm a Premier League man, if I'm a Premier League club, who am I going to pay 40 mil for? I'm picking Harvey Barnes, who, by the way, just scored 13 goals in the Premier League this year. Is Jadon Sancho getting you 13 goals in the Premier League?
How many assists?
He only had one assist, though, to be
Maybe
fair.
he
But his
doesn't
track
suit
record.
Man United. Maybe just A, he doesn't suit Man United, or B, he doesn't suit the Premier League.
I'm
But
not
you
talking
can't get. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're waffling, man. See you later, man.
Yeah,
You're
I know.
waffling. Let me just get this super chat. Big up my guy HK Music says, let's get Pep. Let Pep get hold of Sancho and Anthony. These discussions will be different. They don't fit our system because they don't fit our system. Doesn't mean they are trash. Yeah, exactly. If Maros is at United, people will be saying he's shit because he
I
can't
would
run
agree with
past
that.
his
Facts.
man. You know
He
what?
can,
it is,
though.
I
He
think
can
for
though.
me,
He can, but
Jadon
he
Sancho,
would get
right
criticized.
player, wrong time. Right player, wrong time, man.
Listen, Michael,
You know
you
what I
probably
mean?
don't
Yo,
rate
so,
Pogba
Saeed, I
either,
got a
bro,
question.
but that's
I got
a
a
can of
question.
worms that I don't.
I got a
never
question, right?
I actually, bro, nah, yo, y'all,
No,
nah,
no,
you
for
guys,
real.
bro,
For real.
that's
So
this,
then,
nah,
if
man.
that's the narrative, right? Then the Garnacho impact, right?
Yeah.
And obviously we're going through transition, but look when that kid comes in, you see the difference in impact. You see the difference of the I want factor. We could also go back to Mason Greenwood when he came in as a young boy. You could see the difference of impact and I need and I want factor. From these guys,
It's different.
towards the end of the season, I started seeing that from Jadon. You get what I'm saying? And to me, that's how I rate a player who wants it more. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make you successful in this game. Who wants it more? I feel like
That's the
these
question then.
uh-huh.
Omar, just a counteract where you were talking about. Does this team suit a technical player or does it suit a PMP? Because that's where it's going right now in terms of where the styles are now. Because if you look at Garnacho now running in behind, does it suit that now or does it suit the technical players that are coming in? Because I feel like maybe we might be not be getting them technical players anymore of the quality that we want.
What do you?
I think,
what do you consider-
honestly,
what do you consider Sancho though? PMP or a technical player? He's very technical.
Yeah, he's very technical, but I'm just saying in terms of PMP, does it suit a PMP player or does it suit a technical player in terms of possession base? What Ten Hag is trying to build now for the future, and maybe there's guys like Ahmad, Sancho, these kind of guys might be like, you know what? Do you get it?
Yeah, I don't think he's. I've heard this thing that's Ten Hag's trying to build a PMP team. I don't agree with it personally. I don't.
Okay.
I don't see it as that. Like, let's look at his signings. Like Lissandro is not a PMP player to me. Anthony, I don't view him. I think people think he has. I don't think Anthony's a pacey player. I think he's a quick player, like quick on the ball. I don't think he has bags of pace. Who else has he bought? Malacia. I mean, he's like a tech. He's more of a technical player. Yeah, he's more of a technical player. He signed Eriksson, who's a technical player. He signed
last season, but look at us.
He's signing Mount. I don't view Mount as a pace and power player. He's an engine like Bruno. But again, I don't think Bruno's a pace and power player. I think these are players with different types of skill sets.
Transition.
But what have you guys heard? But what have you guys heard about Ten Hag and his wingers? When he talks about Garnacho, you hear him talk about how much that dynamism that Garnacho brings, how much that excites him. And we've been watching Man United for most of it, like over a decade. The Sancho scream Man United winger to you. He doesn't. The wingers that we grew up, that we've watched and that always excite us. Garnacho brings that dynamism. That's what Man United wingers are meant to be. Even Ryan Giggs had dynamism. Even when he was older, he had more dynamism than Jadon Sancho has now. I saw him go past more players. Well, that's a winger. Jadon Sancho, he doesn't fit Man United. He's a technical player, but Garnacho's technical. I see Garnacho being a better ball carrier than Jadon Sancho has. He brings that ball out the pitch much better, and that's part of technical.
I like a balance. I like balance. I don't.
I think that's what he's going for.
I'm technical.
I think that's what he's going for.
Yeah.
I don't think we can have a whole squad.
Hojlund is a PMP. Hojlund is a PMP.
He is.
And
Mount is, and Rashford is. But we can't have all the same profile. We can't have a bunch of players that are good at just running and just hugging that line and running it like Garnacho does. Like I get that. I get what you're trying to explain. But at some point, you have to put your foot on the ball. And you need to have some players that could do that. Because last year there was so many games that we needed to put our foot on the ball and keep the ball, and we couldn't. So the best way to play is having a mix of that. Because when you go to Luton Town and you go to these teams that are gonna like park the bus and gonna have like 11 men behind the ball, you need to have these players that are gonna keep recycling the ball, creating chances. You didn't score, let's get the ball again, win the ball again, and keep going. We can't just have players that need to run in space and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
no, I agree.
Absolutely,
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I think it's
absolutely
definitely a balance.
Yeah, it's got to be a balance, man. I think that's No, I was just gonna say that basically Sommer is gonna go to Inter Milan and then Onana will go to but it's for me, I like a balance, man. I like a balance because at the end of the day, that's what football's about, isn't it? And for me, where my concern is, guys, is that when we don't have the ball or when we get pressed, who's gonna hold the ball and be ready to just say, relax, everybody. Man's got this. Who's press resistant in that midfield? Like, bro, let's be honest. I don't think there's many.
Don't say Mount. Who just said that?
No, Mount is press resistant. Bro, Mason Mount is the only player in our midfield right now that can play on the half turn. He's the only one that could do it. Have you guys seen him on the half turn? Yo, let's not act like Mason Mount is not good on the half turn.
I don't half turn on a transition, bro. On a transition, that's
bro. A couple of years ago, he had like 88% passing accuracy. Is that not good enough? Is that not ball retention?
Passing. I'm reading sideways passing.
What area of the pitch?
In the midfield, when he for Chelsea, he's played everywhere. He's played on the right. He's played on the left. He's played in the midfield.
Hold on a minute. There's a difference of having a passing accuracy when you're high up the pitch than to where, let's say, a Scholes would play or.
I'm not asking him to be a Paul Scholes. Let's not get.
No, but I'm saying though.
There is no Paul
my
Scholes.
Concerns is no, but I know, but I get that. But where my concerns is that area of the pitch where we lose the ball a lot. When we play up the top, we never had any presence anyway because we had Weghorst. So I'm not talking about that side of the pitch. I'm talking about where Casemiro is because I don't think Casemiro is the best.
You know who's gonna be there? You know who's gonna be there? Luke Shaw, who's press resistant. Is Luke Shaw not press resistant?
Oh, he's very press resistant.
No, he's I'll give it.
You know who's gonna be up there because we're gonna be playing with the higher line? Lisandro Martinez. He's our most press resistant player. It's not gonna Mason Mount and Bruno are gonna be nowhere near Casemiro. They're gonna be up front, right behind that striker, ready to play that ball in to whoever's in the attack.
All sounds good, It all sounds good, but when you have a good team, even the Real Madrid. Did you watch Real Madrid against Man City? They had Cruz, Modric, and who else did they have? Who else was in their midfield? I think it's Camavinga, whoever.
Camavinga played left back, right?
Yeah, he played.
Sorry, no, he came into midfield, but someone else was there.
Cruz,
Valverde.
Valverde. But even they got squeezed. And because again, there was a lack of planning, there was a lack of midfield in there. Still, midfield still counts, and that's a main cog of your team. So that's where I'm like, Amrabat has to come in, whether you like it or not.
100%.
Amrabat has to come in.
100%.
People say Valverde is one of them. Like I don't know. I mean, I don't know who we get in there, but
I think Mason.
Sounds right.
My bad, Saeed.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I agree with Grace. I think there's a perception that Mason Mount isn't a technically. I think he's technically very sound. He's a technically very sound player. I just think that he's better I personally think he's better when he's higher up the pitch, and I think Griggs is saying he will be higher up the pitch.
He will.
But again, the issue is like Saeed. Yeah, the issue is it's like I don't think he's of the level where he really, he takes us okay, when we sign Onana, he's taking us to another level. If we sign, he
doesn't shift the needle.
He doesn't shift the needle. You know what I mean? I don't think he's drastically better than the midfielders that we have currently. I don't think it's like a night and day difference. I think
he's a massive upgrade on Eriksen personally.
I think he's massive off the ball. Yes, that I absolutely agree with you. Off the ball, he's going to be a huge difference. But in terms of picking out passes, the ability to find a pass, I think Eriksen's much better than that.
Yeah, I agree with that. But also, then you could counterfact with the fact that Mason Mount's a goal getter. He could get you double-digit goals. He's had 3 of the last 4 seasons. He's got double-digit goals in the Premier League. Eriksen offered like 1 goal in the season. That's not.
How many assists?
He had 7. Mason Mount has had like 10 assist seasons before. And he's a dead ball specialist. He's had the most dead ball created chances.
I just know that Eriksen had the most assists for us last season. Even more than Bruno. And he was the only one that.
So he had more assists than Bruno. He had more assists than Bruno, right? But who was a better chance creator last year, Bruno or Eriksen?
Well, of course, Bruno, because Bruno plays higher up the pitch.
But it's just the assist. Like assists is obviously getting assists is important, but it's also the fact that Mason Mount can create chances but a striker doesn't finish his dinner. That
Listen,
doesn't
bro,
mean that Mason.
I heard Carefree Lewis say that he had 2 through
Uh.
balls in like 9 months. And Carefree Lewis doesn't lie, bro. When he says that scared me, Saeed.
In big games as well. He's got like I feel like 4 GA in 44 games, something like that. So Mount, yeah.
Mount, yeah,
Mount.
yeah.
Yeah, Matt, yo,
Yeah.
the season before, 2021-22, Mason Mount had 11 goals, 10 assists.
Yeah, he had a great
That's
season.
20.
No,
That's 21 GA, man.
I just
He's
my
a-
first.
he's a-
my
Wasn't
season
that
area.
wasn't that the Lampard season?
he's a very good player.
No, that was
I'm
two.
not even-
That was the Tuchel's last season. The year they finished third.
I'm not. I'm
That was
not. I'm
last-
not-
that was-
How many
ago.
goals did he get against Norwich? How many goals did he get against Norwich?
Oh yeah,
How many
yeah.
goals did he get?
Don't matter, yo.
You can say the same thing
Every
about
team is-
Martial. You can say the same
No,
thing about Martial.
it don't matter, bro.
You can say the same thing about
You
Martial.
put yo.
Marcel,
Yo, a
Marcel
couple-
has one
yo,
hat
yo,
in his
You see,
career, bro.
this is
Yo,
what
what-
I mean. You get the
No,
little
yo, what do we say under Ole? Yo, what do we always criticize Ole against? That we couldn't beat the relegation side teams. Mason Mount, yo, Mason Mount, bro. Beating the relegation teams matters. That's why we finished with so many points this year because
we beat all of them last season. We beat all of them.
we slapped all of them. You gotta be able to score against those teams. Those teams sometimes are the hardest teams to beat because they make it so hard to play
I'm
against
trying
them.
to beat
Because
the big teams, bro. I'm not trying to get slapped by Liverpool.
we
slapped
did
by
beat all the big
City,
teams. We beat every
slapped
big
by
team that
Arsenal.
came to Old Trafford.
And they
We can't-
all
Not away,
slapped
not
us
away.
away from home, bro. They all slapped
All right,
us
man,
away
yo,
from home.
Man City only won one game last year against the top 9 away.
They want a treble.
Bro,
I don't care what they
It don't
done
matter,
away
bro.
from home.
Yo,
Yes,
people
it
think
does
it.
matter.
Yo, it is not.
Michael, you can't use that against
Michael is
No,
trying
no,
to
no,
twist
no,
the term
no,
too much, but I'm on
I'm not
this
saying
guy.
that, but I'm saying people think it's so easy to win away from home against the Big Six. It's not. It's one of the
I'm not saying
hardest things to
it's
do.
easy. I get you. This is what I'm saying. I want to win these games. But then you're talking to me about Mount, and then you're saying he scored 4 goals against Norwich. Said could score a hat trick
Yeah, the
against
G.
Norwich.
I don't
bro.
like the. I don't like
care.
the G. I don't like the G. The G.
I don't
Bro,
care, bro.
The G.
He add goals to our midfield, and one of the things that we struggled from last year was Casemiro was the only one that seemed to get
Yes,
goals
I
from
agree.
midfield
I agree on
because
that
Bruno
one.
wasn't scoring that. Bruno has lost his
Yeah.
Bruno's lost his shooting boots. He traded them in for something else. I don't know what he traded them in for. It was
Maybe
only
he was
Casemiro that was getting
suspended.
goals.
Yes.
So it's important.
Yeah. No, I agree. We need goals from midfield, 100%. 100%. What I also need is more likes on the video, man. We're not even hit 300 likes. There's nearly 700 people watching. So, guys, make sure you hit the like button on the video, man.
Hey, yo, 700
but you
people
know
like
what?
it. If 700 people watching, they don't like it.
Yeah, hit the like button, y'all.
Yeah, man, they're
That's
very,
some
very tight.
hate,
They don't
man.
like-
That's some
They don't
hate.
like what
Yeah, you got a lot
Michael's
of haters,
saying.
man. You know what I'm saying? It's divided the dunya, man.
They don't
but
like the
people-
fact that Oli Watkins better than Martial. That's
Yeah,
what
they heard that shit and they did. They're
Yeah.
like, nah, we're not.
Bro,
liking
yo,
this video.
bro, Martial, the hater fans, man, they hate me. It's okay. That's fine. I'll go to war against them, man.
Awful take. Awful. Take.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
Yo,
crazy.
Griggs, I'm with you, brother. They could call
See,
it
yo,
hard.
one more
I
against
see
him,
what
man.
you see.
Me and
I
Timmy,
see what you
me and
see.
Timmy and
See what he
Saeed
said?
are
Or how
on
many
there.
was against Norwich? The few
Yeah.
fits in a couple places on our end.
Martial
bro.
doesn't goal hunt against the.
Bro, it is. Listen, I was
Who does he go hunt against? He don't go hunt
Those
against
ones
anyone.
are
Because,
highlight
bro,
bars for-
Martial hasn't played a full 90 in like 4 years, man. Last time he played a full 90, I was still in college.
Yeah, but we already agreed on that.
Are we
We
gonna sell
never
him? Are we
argued
gonna
that.
sell him?
He's,
Argue that.
we didn't
Al
argue that.
Hilal.
We knew his
Al
issues.
Al Hilal got a plan for me. That's all I'm saying. Al Hilal,
Listen,
Al
we
Nassr, they all
agree
got a
for
plan
Al
for me.
Hilal want players that are going to be ready and available. Al Hilal want.
Bro, maybe the Saudi sun does something for him. Maybe the
Marcel,
Manchester
he's not
weather's
playing- he's
bro.
not
The
playing
Manchester
no
weather's
heat,
not
bro.
good for his bones. Maybe the sun is better.
No one's
He's
gonna buy him.
cramping
Unless
in
he's
that
for like
heat, bro.
15
He's-
mil. 15 mil. No one's gonna buy him. I'm telling you.
15
He's
mil,
cramping,
man.
bro. He's cramping in that heat. No one is taking him in Saudi.
Nobody's
He's-
gonna, that's what I'm
one
saying.
game is gonna cramp up.
That's why Oli Watkins is better.
Oh, see what this guy's doing, bro.
Yo, y'all live in the
Is-
past too much, bro. Y'all really live in the past too much. They're dead. It's dead. Move on. Let's look at
Okay.
the
But we also live in an era where Ten Hag wants his own players in. You don't want no randomers, man. The likelihood of us getting Ollie Watkins is crazy, man.
I'm not saying
Like,
go
he
get
wants-
Nah, he costs way too much money anyway. Villa would like ask for like
They're
70 mil
never
for him.
sign Villa's
We
gonna
would
try to
never
tax
sign
it. So I'm not saying
Yeah.
I don't say go get him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we would
it's
never
but
sign him.
I'm
Yeah.
saying
But he'd improve us, though. He'd improve us if he came. He'd improve us.
Yeah,
would,
bro.
going
He
from
would,
Weghorst to
yes.
Ollie Watkins is an improvement. Anyone over Weghorst.
Oh, it's not just Whitehorse, by the way. It's Martial. That's who he's
He
improving
does
on.
not
Forget
play.
forget
He does not
Whitehorse.
play.
But he's
Yes.
right now. Who is our only start? Who's our actual only number 9 right now in the club? It's Anthony Martial. He's the actual
That's the
only
best
number
player.
9 in the football club right now.
I
I
am
understand
agreeing
this. He
with
doesn't
you.
play shit because like when he was healthy, what happened with him and Mourinho?
Listen, I am agreeing with you.
This
but-
best
about
season is when we
Mourinho?
had no fans.
Oh,
That's
Nah,
what
Mourinho was a
fans-
different case.
Come
Mourinho
on,
was a
man.
different case. This guy.
Oh,
Come on, man.
Let's not, bro. Let's not go all the way
I'm
to
making
the past, bro.
excuses, man.
This guy came in. No, hold on, bro. This guy came in from preseason. His number 9 was given to Ibrahimovic. Okay, and then he was switched to the wing. Obviously, that destroyed his morale.
Prove
Ibrahimovic
people
leaves a
wrong.
year later, and then he brings in
You get paid
Lukaku.
top dollar. Prove people wrong. Simple as that.
Bro,
get paid top dollar, prove people
he came off a 17-goal season, his debut.
against
and
Martin
then-
Skirtle and them, man.
Bro,
Oh my God, he was
yeah, that's too far.
19.
That's too far. Nah,
bro.
Martial was
His
cold.
first season was good.
Martial was a good player until 2021. That's when the downhill started. But what I'm saying, the only issue that's pissed me off is people saying that he starts over Hojlund. He's not a better striker than Hojlund in 2022,
In terms of
23.
striker of what we need, yes, I would start Hojlund. Yes, I agree.
That's what I'm saying. That's what pissed me off about Martial.
That's
Yo,
disrespect for Martial as they football.
What-
because
what-
there's a lot of disrespect as Martial.
no, but the thing is, bro, even as a footballer, he's declined because he's lost that bite in him, that sharpness in him. He's not as quick anymore. He can't really go past players the way that he used to.
have that. Let's not act like he didn't have that. I agree.
He
with
did
you.
have that. He did have it 4 years ago, though. That's the
Yeah,
thing, though.
Injuries
4
fucked him
years
up.
ago.
But
Yeah.
let's not act like it never happened. Let's
Nah,
not act
he
like
used to
was
be,
never good.
bro. Like, if you ask me, 2019 Martial right now, yo, this team could probably compete for something if we had that version of
4
Martial.
years ago.
That was 4 years ago. But that's the thing, though. That was 4 years ago. We gotta let that go.
Well, all they played him.
But you know
two
what,
injuries.
guys?
Live in
Yeah?
the past.
It just shows you we got a lot of
Live in the
deadwood at this squad. It just shows you we got a lot of deadwood. We got a lot of deadwood, and we're having conversations that should have been done 4 or 5 years ago. Let's be real, man. Yeah, that's how bad it is at this football club. Jadon Sancho's entering his 3rd year. You know what I mean? Soon. So we got to be serious, man, about how we move players on. A lot of people
That's what
have
I'm saying.
sentiment, man. I've moved mine in David De Gea. Everyone moved their sentiment. Nobody should have a favorite player. Man City don't have favorite players. They all play
Facts.
together, man.
Facts.
Let's be real, man. Come on,
I agree. I agree. Listen, I don't want to see. I've already said that Martial needs to go. I've openly said that. I'm just talking about pure skill, talent. When he's at his best, I know what he's bringing to the table. It's that simple. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Which
That's
is
simple.
never. Which is
Yeah,
never.
yeah.
Which is never.
Watkins will never reach
Yeah.
the heights of Martial.
No, never.
He passed
Obviously
it.
not.
He passed
Obviously
it.
not.
That's,
Obviously
yeah,
not.
playing
passed it.
playing
He
in
passed
Villa. Playing in
Come on.
Villa.
Yeah.
Come on.
You
Come
know
on.
what, though? The situation with Fred. Would anyone let Fred go, or you think he got one more season in him? Anyone
I'd
want to keep him for one
I'd
more
keep
year?
him over
I
Slap.
like Fred.
Adios.
I like Fred.
Fred
Adios.
can dip. Fred can dip.
Bro, adios, man. He's
I
30.
like Fred.
1 year left on his
I like
contract.
Fred with heart.
Get the money.
But you know what, though? Let me tell you something.
That's
Yeah?
a good point.
Fred, yeah,
Plays with heart.
he will ball out at Fulham.
That's what I'm
Yeah?
saying.
Let me
He
tell you
plays with
something.
heart.
Yeah, he go ball out at Fulham. I've just got this feeling. Yeah, Paulinho, Fred,
Pereira.
Pereira, them man gonna ball out, man.
They're
I'm
gonna
telling you
finish. They're
guys.
gonna finish 10th.
They're having a
Yo.
Portuguese speaking
Okay.
team
Bro,
over there.
y'all say you want to keep Fred, but who would you rather have, Fred or Amrabat?
No,
Amrabat.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and that's what would happen if we sell Fred. So I want to improve the team,
Yeah,
and
Fred can
Amrabat
go.
improves
Fred
us.
can
So,
go.
bro, thank you for the last 4 or 5 years. Appreciate it. Good luck in your
We
future
got
endeavors.
finessed on that deal, but it's okay.
Yeah, we paid 50 mil for like a 30 mil player, but it's
Tell
okay.
you, man, he go come to Old Trafford, yeah, and just mount out the game, yo, and everyone's gonna be like, yo, can we go get that player called Fred over there? He mount out the game.
That
You know
will.
what
I
I'm saying?
promise
Like,
you that will not happen. That won't happen. That won't
bro,
happen.
listen,
Fred,
he's
listen,
one of them, man.
We always do this thing where okay, Pereira had a decent season for Fulham this season. Does that mean you want him back? Not particularly. I would never take him back.
absolutely.
But he had a very good season before he got hurt. You know what I mean? So yeah, like there's players that will leave and play at that's for me. Fred's level is he's gonna be a great mid-table player. He will be a great mid-table.
Look at Pereira himself, bro.
Yeah.
Pereira, as soon as he left, look at him. He's been balling out.
Pereira's a very good mid-table player. Scott McTominay, I think, will be a very good mid-table player. You know, but that's not that's not of the standard that we want. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I think that Fred, I like Fred. I don't think he's as. There's some people who hate him. I'm not. I'm more of an in between on him. I think that, he's done. But he's a 50 million pound signing. Like people forget that. Like people talk about Fred like he's potential a lot. They talk about Fred like he's gonna improve at some point. Like he's 30. You know what I mean? And we signed him for 50
Let me ask you a
million
question,
pounds.
madam.
Yeah.
Donny van de Beek or McTominay, who you selling first?
Ooh, that's a great
Van
question.
de Beek gotta go, bro. Unfortunately.
That's a great question.
Yeah. Who do you think would have more use in our squad next season?
More
Donny
use,
van de Beek
McTominay.
or McTominay? McTominay or Donny van de Beek?
McTominay, yeah. Just actual use. McTominay's a body. He's just a body. You know what I mean? Like you can just throw him out there for particular purposes. Like I need to muck up the game. I can bring in McTominay.
You know what? Donny's gonna go, but if just to answer that question, forget the Donny that we've had. that Donny that played high up the pitch for Ajax when he was like making those runs
Yeah, I don't know
in between the lines. This is exactly what we are actually signing Mount for. Those late runs into the box. That's what Donny used to do. I'll never forget that goal he had against Madrid.
Madrid, yeah.
And if we
great
actually
goal.
had that Donny from 3 years ago, he would be perfect for this team right now.
Mhm.
But I don't know how he's going to be after all these injuries
Yeah.
and honestly not enough
Confidence.
play time in the last 2-3
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
I think
Confidence as well. Yeah.
the writing on the wall for me is when he was fit last season and he still wasn't getting in the game. I was stunned. I thought like as soon as Ten Hag came, I'm like, this is the
That's what
moment where
everyone
Van de
thought
Beek.
about that. Yeah.
And then he just didn't play him, and people were like, "Oh, it's early." I'm like, no, he would be playing if he was supposed to be playing. Like I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, Eriksen's getting, it just. I know that I just think he's a lost cause. I really thought he was going to be something, but I think he needs to just go have a fresh start, somewhere else. And I think he will. He'll bounce back. He'll bounce back at another club.
I can't lie to you, yeah. I'll be honest with you. I think I got one more in me in Donny van der Beek. I don't know, man. Something's telling me one more in me. I got one more in me. I got one more in me with Donny van der Beek.
To be honest, we do need the depth
McTominay
side.
I can't lie to you. I'm allowing McTominay to go before Donny van der Beek. I'm not really, because you know what it is, yeah? I think confidence in football is a big thing, yeah. But let's be honest, yeah. He's coming back from his knee injury, yeah. If he can play, not saying that 6 role, but that Eriksen role, a little bit more deeper, and he can actually dictate.
But we're not going to play
do
that role next season. That's what you need to understand.
I'm just saying, though, if he can find a role, yeah, where he's a bit part player, but he plays not as advanced, maybe, but he can play in that 8 role, but he can dictate there. I'm telling you now, guys, yeah, I've got one more in me. I don't know about you guys, yeah.
I kind of see it.
If you're going to sell Fred, and you're going to sell McTominay, then I think that there's going to be a place for Donny van der Beek in the squad. I think in the squad.
I'm not gonna say my thoughts on Donny because I'll get booed by the chat again. So
he'll be in the squad. He'll be in the squad, but it's like I thought as a Premier League player where he's supposed to be is higher up the pitch. Like there's certain players that can play deeper in other leagues and that can't translate into the Premier League because they're just not as physically like Donny's I don't think he's a physical player. And like my man Staffy said, he's at his best when he's making that Frank Lampard run. You know what I mean? Like that's when he's at his absolute best.
Yeah, I know.
And he operates where Bruno plays, and he's not gonna. Or
where Mount is gonna be next season.
Or where Mount's gonna be.
Let's be honest. Who are we gonna have playing high up the pitch next season? Especially when he saw Fred, because we saw Ten Hag trying to use him high up the pitch last season, winning those balls up the pitch. That's why he had a few goals because he was getting into these positions. When you look at our midfield, we're gonna have Casemiro who's playing deep. You're gonna buy Amrabat who plays deep. Eriksen plays deep for us now. And then, okay, Bruno's going to play a little bit deeper than usual. But then who else plays high up the pitch other than Mount? When you think of it, you really don't have anyone. Are you really going to use Scott there? I don't want to see another season of Scott McTominay. I need the Fred era to die.
I know who we should. I know who we should use up there, but Ten Hag won't do it. But we should put Ahmad higher up the pitch too in the middle. I think he could play that role. He's played it for Sunderland.
But you know when I spoke to him, when I spoke to him, I said to him, "When do you want to play?"
Hey man, he almost carried that team by the way to the Premier League. Let's not forget that.
He emphasized that. He was like, Sunderland.
All right, who's doing that role better right now? Donny or Ahmad? I'd rather have Ahmad.
No, you're right. I honestly forgot about Ahmad because
I just want to the Donny thing is weird. I like Donny. I'm a big fan. I think Ollie did him a huge disservice like by not playing him. I thought he should have gotten way more game time. But again, it's his durability now. That injury that he suffered was bad. Like it was a very bad. That's an injury that like sets you back, and he was already set back before he got injured. So I think the confidence is where I don't trust that it's. You see his pictures? Do you see his pictures? Like when Man United takes pictures, he looks defeated. It's like the most miserable. He looks miserable. Like they're forcing him to smile. Like it's I don't know. I just can't see it.
Yeah, I don't think pre-injury.
You know what though? Yeah, go for it.
Pre-injury, he wasn't bowling. I think before he got injured, he started to pick it up.
Yeah, I agree. I thought I thought most of the time he played well. He just didn't get the opportunities.
I think Saeed might be right. You might. Let's be fair. He never got that chance that he deserved. But you look. Listen, it's one of those. You're right. Temmie's also right. Like you'll just offload him and go get the other player. But in terms of Does he still have it in him? I think he might need that one more shot where he actually gets played. Like, you know what I'm saying? On some Iqbal
Exactly.
vibes.
Yeah. When he gets
On-
played.
on some
Yeah,
Iqbal. Iqbal. Remember, Iqbal, he didn't get the opportunities he really deserved, but I feel like Donny still got that. Just as we give Sancho, because Ole did him dirty, and then that whole run, then he got that. Then Ten Hag started putting more faith in him, rotating it between him and Bruno, and then once he started picking up, in the Everton game, boop, got hurt. So
the thing is, right, because when I seen Ahmad on Wednesday, I tried to ask him a quick
forgot
question.
that you saw him,
Still
yo,
wants-
that's what's up though. Sign jersey,
That's
man.
tough. I forgot
Get
about
us a
that.
signed jersey, man.
Yeah, man, definitely. Hopefully, next time I'll start something out with him. But
Sure,
one thing he
sure.
said though, because I asked him, "Where do you want to play next season?" And I thought to myself, I said, "Yeah, you want to play in the middle, right?" Before he said anything, he goes, "Right," straight away, right. And I was like, "Shit, man!" I said to him, I said, "A lot of competition there, man. You got to work in preseason."
Nah,
And he was like,
can
"Yeah,
beat
man,
out.
inshallah."
I think he
like-
can beat out. He can beat out Anthony. I think he can beat out Anthony.
Bro,
like
I
him
can't
a lot.
lie. I think he can. I think
I
he
think
can.
it's a better
Like, when you
footballer than
deep it,
Anthony.
You know what I
don't.
gotta give him,
He
right?
is.
I'm not an
Ahmed
Anthony
wants
guy.
it. You
I'm
could
not an
tell
Anthony guy. So I think
Ahmed wants it. Like when Ole put him on. Remember when Ole put him on? He would come on the
Mhm.
field. He gave me Garnacho vibes. He gave me Garnacho vibes before Garnacho.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
I think he's a better footballer than Garnacho too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I could agree. I could
think
agree,
he's-
and I think he's better. I think he's better than Palestri.
Mm.
I think he's
Unless
actually
you're
Yeah,
better with
Palestri's not
Palestri,
it.
Let me tell you something. No,
I like
Palestri
Palestri. I
is
like
it.
Palestri. I like
Palestri is it,
Palestri.
man.
I like him.
Palestri is a guy. Yo,
Yeah, I
Palestri
like
is
him.
the guy, man.
Y'all
I
talk
like him
about
a lot, but
that balance that we
Ronaldo
talked about. That balance that we talked about with Sancho. I think Palestri and Ahmad actually have that balance again with each other because Palestri is
Yes.
that guy's dynamic. I think he's
Yeah.
and especially
That's what
off the right. He's our most dynamic winger off the right.
in form, we got the best wingers in the league. If you really deep it,
Bro,
I'm
It's
not
mad,
gonna
when you
go.
deep it, though.
I'm not going that far. No,
Deep
Bro,
it,
right.
No. But
Sancho,
Nah.
Sancho,
I prefer
way.
not to
What
comment.
did he say? I didn't even hear
No
that. I didn't even hear that. What did he say? What
I,
did he say?
I prefer not to comment.
Sancho
I
balling,
didn't even-
Anthony balling.
Arsenal, Man
agree.
City.
Hear me
What
out.
is
Sancho balling, Anthony. I'm talking about.
Oh,
you get-
if okay.
Oh,
If-
if
if-
honestly,
Oh,
even
oh,
if
okay.
honestly, even if no.
No,
I'll take
when you
Arsenal.
think about it,
So
I'll tell you
all
why
the
he's
hype-
right.
All the hype behind Sancho.
I'll
right
tell
now.
you why he's right because we actually have too many wingers, but they're all actually playing bad. But if you had them all playing well,
So-
imagine that: Rashford, Anthony, Sancho, Ahmad, Palestri. Did I miss a Garnacho? Actually, if you have all of them balling out, you could argue this. We do have the best
we
wingers,
have the-
but
we
we're
Martial
have the
up
most-
front.
and then Outcast. Outcast is considered up there. Outcast is considered up there. You had before any of that. Outcast was in there.
Elanga.
Not
Yeah,
Elanga.
Elanga,
No,
man.
you missed it. You missed it.
MG.
No disrespect, man. Elanga ain't it. Ten Hag ain't using Ahmad said Garnacho is Ten Hag's guy. He wants PMP ballers. Listen, Garnacho for
Don't
me,
play
he's got a bit of both. I think he's got a bit of skill. I think he's got a bit of PMP as well. Like, I like Garnacho, man. A lot of people think I don't like it. I think he's amazing, man. And he lights up the Premier League, man. He lights up when he comes to Old Trafford, and you feel it. You go there. You've been there, innit? And oh my, you've seen it. The energy, guys. You've seen it. When you go there, Garnacho lifts the crowd, man. He just gets you off your seat. Then when Sancho's on the ball, he's safe. And that's what I'm saying. They're two different styles.
I think
So,
Ahmad could bring that
people
same
just-
energy though.
He can.
The thing
But,
is, Said,
like I
with
said-
Garnacho though, that I'm not. This is why I'm not trying to get too excited. His overall game is still not there. He gets the ball, he gets you excited. Yes, I get that because he wants to
Yeah.
take players on. He does have that pace.
Hold
He
on,
does. He
353
does
likes,
have an.
353 likes. Let's get money. Make it 400.
He does have
Come
an
on,
eye
man.
for
Big up.
goal, but like in his overall game, he still doesn't make the smartest decisions at times. His
I agree.
passing is not that good.
I
On the
agree.
defense, he's not that
Yeah.
smart. So this is what I'm saying. His overall game is very raw still. So I would still slowly develop it. I think Erik ten Hag handled him in his first season very well because he brought him on in small moments every game, few minutes here, few minutes there. He would make an impact. Played him one time for 90 minutes, played bad. And he said, listen, he's not ready to play 90 yet. And he went back to bench him again and slowly play. He handled him perfectly. I don't want to throw him into the deep end next season, him and Ahmad right away. I want to slowly develop them, blood them into this team so we don't have to sit there and be like, oh, look, they're not as good as we thought they would be and have like another Sancho case on our hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How old is he? 19?
Facts.
Was he 19 right now?
Garnacho,
just
I think,
turned
is
9.
18 or
Nah,
19.
he just turned 19.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
he's
Ahmad, I think, he's
19.
20.
Yeah, Ahmad's 20.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Ahmad-
next season's
Ahmad-
gonna be.
Ahmad's a special player, man, bro.
No, there's gonna be a lot of breakout seasons next year.
Oh,
might
yeah.
you have to make
Probably
it.
minor.
Mason Mount might have breakout season.
Yeah, Kobe has an
Yeah.
I think Kobe has an opportunity. I think especially if Fred does leave, I think he has an opportunity just to, if there's injuries, because I mean, we had a weird season with injuries. We had a weird season with injuries last year. So I don't know if there's injuries again. I think Kobe has definitely has an opportunity because he played well. He did well for himself when he played last season.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, people, America Talks. This has been a pleasure, man. Listen, this is wild, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been a good episode, man. Martial debate. Yeah, it was wild, man. So big up to everybody who's watched the show, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and Michael, man, big up to you, man. Let them know where they can find you, man. Appreciate you coming on as usual, man.
Yes, sir. Twitter, Michael Griggs _26, and then Griggs Talks. I'm gonna do a YouTube video tomorrow morning. Talk about Man United, obviously all the stuff. Hojlund, go more in depth about Hojlund and about obviously I think our first preseason games next week. So I'm gonna talk about which players I want to actually see play.
Yeah,
because we talk about I think I'm like they posted today like everyone's back at Carrington, all the non-international. So talk about which players I actually want to see play.
Yeah, man. Big up to you, man. Make sure you follow him, man. Temmie, bless, man.
Yo.
Come on.
Yeah, appreciate everyone for watching. Make sure to follow me on TikTok at Wavy Temmie. Follow me on Twitter at Wavy Temmie. You feel me? Just talking, and then tomorrow I'm dropping a video on TikTok about Goulet going to Real Madrid. So be on the lookout for that.
Nice.
Come on, man. Make sure you follow that, people. Man like Omar, Footy Fanatics. When's the next
Come
podcast?
on, Footy Fanatics FC live from NYC, my boy. You get me? Big up the boys, Footy Fanatics. Yeah, catch me cooking also on my personal Oski. You get me?
Come on, man. Make sure you check that out, man.
Y'all tune in, bro. Y'all
good
tune in,
grub
especially y'all boys in New York and New Jersey. There be good food around you. DMV too. When you come,
Listen, bro. Are you back yet? Because I saw you were in Norway. When you're back, bro.
I capped, by the way. That was capping for the gram.
Oh, I thought you really was there because he said you were in Canada.
For the gram, you gotta do it for the gram.
Bro, you said you was in Canada, so I was like, all right, makes sense. You went to Canada, and then he's going to Norway. You know
what I mean?
This guy's playing.
Me and Manny with Saeed. Don't worry, we gonna be sitting in one room.
This guy's playing too much, but I'm gonna definitely swing by. I'm gonna definitely swing by. That cooking, bro. I was like,
tomorrow. I'll be back in the ends tomorrow, so we can all link each other.
Definitely, man. Big up, man. Staffy, new channel. Let them know, man, where you going.
You can follow me on all my socials. You know, my tag right here, my handle. Don't Staffy. I'm on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. What's that new one that Instagram just released? Threads.
Threads.
You know, I don't know
what that is, man. What is that?
It's a new Twitter.
Twitter for Instagram.
It's a new Twitter. It's a pretty nice site, so you better get on that soon. So if you guys, if anyone got that, follow me there. And as Saeed said, I already launched my channel. I already dropped a couple videos. If you want to watch my reaction to the Mason Mount, getting the number 7 jersey, that's on my channel. I also dropped a video today for Onana, the signing that I actually wanted to happen. So Staffy TV, I'll probably drop it in the comments when we're done, Saeed, for people to find it.
Definitely.
Yo, I want to thank everybody who tuned in though. There was a lot of comments today. A lot of people love the chat. Obviously we, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, big up everyone that tuned in. Appreciate that, man.
Good looks, everyone.
It means a lot.
Always, man. Always, man. Big up to you guys, man. Big up to Freddie. Says sorry, guys. Chicago pizza.
Freddie got to give it up. You got to super chan an extra 1,000 for that. You bugging.
Have a good night. Have a good night, Freddie.
That's cap.
I'm taking NYC pizzas.
Saeed tried NYC pizza. He'll tell you.
Joe's Pizza, man.
Joe's Pizza's fire. Joe's Pizza's fire.
Fire, man. You gotta get that Joe's Pizza, man. We're out, people.